This is Luke Martin with coding problem 6 on the word game. Under the play game function, I copied and pasted the earlier function I had from problem 5. Eventually, I go back and fix it. I realized it was a mistake because I didn't have the order I needed, and to continue the loop going, because basically I needed to add another layer after the NRE choice. I needed to add a second choice for computer or user, and right there the loop is already broken, so it doesn't actually continue continue the loop. I go ahead and start creating a second choice called player choice and make it another input, and where they get to choose if they enter U or C. And U is you play yourself, and then C is letting the computer play. And then I create a while loop, so while the player choice is not in U or C, so basically if they don't pick one of those, then player choice equals another input, invalid command, enter, or it's like invalid, enter U or C, basically. And then they have the chance to try it again. And then after that, I create an if statement saying, so if they enter U, run the play hand function, and it just runs as normal. So basically the same thing from the earlier video, and then I do an else statement after the if statement, and I don't have to actually put any bounds on the else statement, because if they don't pick U, then they had to have picked C. So pretty much if they pick C, then the computer plays the hand. I run the comp play hand function that's right above this. and here I uncomment the line for the structures, and then I go ahead and try to run it after I indent it to make it aligned properly. And then I go ahead and try to run it, and here's where I find an error. So it starts running fine, but it completely skips over the computer aspect to it. So basically I exit out of the program, and I just go back in and change the order of it. So here I made it where it breaks on E, or like it starts to break on E, and then I combine the N and the R, and so in an else if statement. So if choice is E, break. Else if choice is not in N or R, then it's an invalid command, and then continue the loop. And then I do the if it is R, then I run the program. I mean, if it's in, I run the program, sorry. And then I do the else if statement if it is R, and the last hand is none, then it'll send out the prompt. So if it hasn't been played again, it says the same thing as earlier, and then it continues the loop. And then so that continue actually continues the loop because I changed up the order of it, and it didn't break the loop before I could continue it. And then I indent the continue there, and then I run the program, and it works like it was supposed to. So I go ahead and do my part first and play my game, and then I exit out, and or I don't exit out, I do another hand and get the computer to play it, and it loads for a very long time, so I'm gonna actually skip the video to that. Then here I'm actually checking my program to make sure it's not working. It's still running, and it had been about 5 minutes, and I scroll down and see that it finally did it. The computer finally gave an output, and then I have to wait a little bit longer for it to prompt it again. So I'll skip to that as well. And about 2 minutes later, it finally gives the score and the current hand, and then prompts me to create a new hand or end the game.